We'll talk about this actually.
Yeah. This will get us going.
It's an interesting conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wix kind of screwed me. First of all, Shayla, former boss, ladies and gentlemen,
What up?
our special guest on the Goonery today.
Hey.
Welcome. Glad to have you on.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on. Thanks for inviting me.
I imagine if anyone's listening, they'll be curious why Adam's former boss is on the Goonery.
Yeah, it's not like your first inclination is like, let me talk to my boss.
Yeah.
But I think I think I'm pretty cool. So.
Yeah, you were probably the coolest boss that I can remember.
Oh, thanks. I'm like really funny and pretty. So.
Already got me laughing. Okay. Says I can't minimize when I'm recording, so hope that I can save the previous podcast that I put on not too long ago. Still downloading. Anyway, we were talking why I'm not on iTunes. And the story goes, at first I used WordPress, Goonery 1.0. WordPress was pretty cool, made it easy. But then they wanted to charge you more to like make it the way you wanted it. So that was kind of discouraging. And then it still quite wasn't that user friendly. But they were good at getting you on iTunes. So I was like, sweet. I'd always wanted to try Wix. Had heard it's better. If you're listening, it is better. Except for the fact that getting on iTunes, the problem I run into is my audio files are just too large. Apparently there's a limit, even though I'm paying like full price. So I can't like upload my audio, and therefore probably have to get like a Libsyn, which is going to be another monthly cost, and put it on there and then put it on iTunes. So kind of cheap, kind of lazy.
All right.
That sort of thing was just, maybe there is some way if I procrastinate that I can just do it on Wix, hopeful.
If you procrastinate, I think there might be a better action plan.
There might be. I mean, you're the boss, former mentor.
I'm like, how could we make this work?
Yeah.
Well, you like doing it. How many times a week do you do it?
I just like
podcasting.
Try to get like 2 in on a Wednesday, like back to back, and then post them.
Well, think about it this way. Like if what's holding you back is like making the financial investment, what you really want to think about is if you're looking at your budget, how much money are you budgeting for like your fun hobbies? Like hobbies like this that make you happy. I think it's important to, when you're budgeting monthly, to look and go, okay, I'm going to put aside this amount of money for my budget every month, and I'm going to just blow it on my hobby, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it.
That's
and
a good
I'm going to
way
make
to put
this
it.
work. So, I mean, like if you're serious and this podcast brings you joy, then like think about creating a real space, not just mentally, but like in your physical budget, and say like, I'm going to put this towards, my new backdrop or the cost of getting on iTunes. Because, I think despite the fact that I haven't like really listened to a lot of the podcasts yet, like I know Michael Preston was on and he is so fun to talk to. I'm sure other people would like to hear your conversations, and I think your hobby is worth investing in if it's bringing you joy, especially
Right.
when you work a Monday through Friday desk job, and sometimes it's not so fun to be at work.
Always get yeah, right. The muse. I always get a error when I divide by 0.
Well, yeah.
But that joke was a little ill-timed. I wanted to say it closer to when you mentioned use your budget towards.
Oh yeah, for real. But, I mean, we're all what's that? Rubbing pennies together.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Oh, you've never heard that? Yeah, rubbing pennies together means you're budgeting. You're stingy.
Oh, I feel like I've heard it as something else, but not rubbing pennies together.
Oh,
maybe pinching pennies.
Pinching pennies together? No, I feel like it's rubbing pennies together. Now I want to know what the term is.
Maybe that's just an outdated term.
Wait, rubbing pennies together. I might regret this. I feel like I should like Google something.
While you're looking that up, my mom would always yeah.
No, okay. So go ahead. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about your mom.
My stories are always quick, just for reference. Anyway, she would always use, mostly when I was in trouble, she would always use some sort of like, what do you call those that we were just talking about? The
anecdotes, euphemisms.
Yeah, like a saying. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, euphemism.
Cliche. Yeah.
Or cliche. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd always use one. I was like a bird in a hand beats two in the bush.
Yeah, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Yeah, I've heard that.
Or like eat crow, and I just never heard these before.
Oh, I don't know what eat crow is.
Or like be a vegetable. I don't know, just like learning all these different like. She would use some other ridiculous ones too.
The word's idiom. It's an idiom.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Whatever it is, I just never heard it, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's funny when they come up in conversation because, I just said it to you like you should for sure know what I mean.
Right. So like when you hear one for the first time, and you're just like, "Wait,
hey,
what
the fuck are you talking about, bro?"
Yeah, because they're always kind of like weird sayings. Right? That if you like actually break it down, you're like, "Wait, what am I saying?"
Yeah. Well, so I grew up fairly poor. And so, we have a lot of like idioms, and I grew up hearing like,
Started from the bottom, now you're here.
What up? Upper middle class.
Yeah, goals.
Hey, dude, if a 14-year-old me knew where I was now, she'd be fucking pumped. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, you were running the show back when we worked together.
Yeah, I mean,
and then I don't know if we can talk about your new company at all, but
I can't say much. I'd prefer to leave that out. But we can
talk
about my previous company all you want. Yeah, no, I will say.
Oh, you're dropping dirt on the previous company. Interesting.
Well, I'm not by name. Most of it was pretty good, but I'm really happy with where I'm at now. So that's cool.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's.
But be careful, because.
Yeah. So I work in downtown Seattle.
I wonder if we're actually laughing at the same joke there.
I bet you. I hope we are.
I was like I was talking about the coronavirus.
I for sure was thinking that too.
Okay, sweet. Then that makes
we were laughing at the same thing for sure.
All right, so laughing at the same thing, check.
Yeah, obviously we're in Seattle, and the coronavirus is spreading.
Just look at the background.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of like big tech companies that have people who work internationally, and it might be appearing near you soon.
Man.
So.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's your take on coronavirus?
Ooh, my hot take.
Yeah, what's the hot take?
What's the hot take?
Hot take segment.
The hot take is wash your fucking hands. Like that's
okay, yeah.
I think the hot take is like, why weren't you washing your hands before? Also, like anybody who's into skincare will tell you don't touch your freaking face.
Right.
Not just because you don't want to.
Thanks for the reminder, world. Do we really need coronavirus to remind us?
For real.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Our hands?
I know. Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing to me is like it's already cold and flu season. Like this is that time of year. So like if you also didn't get your flu shot, but you're freaking out about coronavirus, like I feel like you should probably just sit down and stop buying all the toilet paper. And why are people buying toilet paper and water bottles? The aisles are empty, and I'm like, this is not what you need to worry about if you get coronavirus. It's a respiratory infection. It's in your lungs.
The media is overplayed. Like, it's scaring everyone. And
yeah, well, it's just unfortunate. It kind of goes to show like how mindless like a lot of people are. And they'll see headlines and just kind of react immediately without, really understanding how numbers work, how statistics work.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to have conversations with people, in like, group chats on your phone and stuff, like people are like moms that I talk to, like will freak out. And then slowly but surely the conversations have changed because these women are like, wait, fact checking this and going, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. Like we can calm down. We can wash our hands and cover our mouths.
Well,
But
do you think
like,
this started because we didn't wash our hands?
so this is where like I get a little conspiracy theorist
Oh, I
because
saw a mad chemtrail go by the Space Needle. And I was taking the dog out today. It was epic. I was like, why don't I bring my fucking phone up here? I would have tweeted it to Joe Rogan, like
for sure, like
just
chemtrails
a
are real.
chemtrail next to the Space Needle.
I don't believe in chemtrails, but
It's
I
hard
do.
not to with that.
It's hard. Sometimes it's like, wow, that's so pretty, but for sure, that's like
well, think of
getting
the
in
timing
my lungs.
too. The world needs to calm down a little bit. So.
A little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead.
What was I saying?
I know.
Oh yeah, Wuhan. So that's Wuhan is like where it originated, and obviously there are some like rumors, or not rumors, conspiracy theories floating online that it's like a biochemical weapon that got released because they're working
made
on
up by the Democrats,
dude.
Or the Russians.
Who cares who made it up? It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
The thing I like about conspiracy theories is you can find people on both sides of the aisle who are dumb enough to believe the craziest things. So, it's interesting when you have a family member on Facebook who you thought was
it's
a rational
also interesting
being.
In a world of evidence too.
Yeah, well,
like,
you can fact check just about anything, but you can also fall into a hole of like
a rabbit hole.
Yeah, and listening to people like say the same thing enough times, you're stoned or drunk enough, you're like, yeah.
Well,
man,
now that begs the question: is there any? Yeah, Earth is flat is ridiculous. Like the reason there's a horizon is because it's not flat.
Yeah.
All right, stop it. I mean, Joe Rogan literally got famous like hating on flat earthers. Like
it's so funny.
I'm still looking for the thing I want to hate on, but
ooh, the thing to hate on. What thing annoys me the most lately?
That's not being hated on enough.
That's not being hated on enough. Yeah, that's true.
That's my vision. But anyway, I don't know if I'm even supposed to know it right now. If something comes to your mind, let me know.
Yeah. What's like a mild annoyance that you have in your everyday life? Tell me about
your. All right, here's something that annoyed me today.
Tell me.
But it probably. Well, I guess it didn't really annoy me, but you
seem like a very even-keeled person for the most part. So
I have trouble explaining which emotion like describes my feeling. Shocking. It's like a mixed match game, but sometimes Anyway, some guy came to work wearing a mask.
Oh my gosh!
And I
wait, do I know this person? Tell me if I know this person.
They're new.
Okay, dang it! I'm like, I want to guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it racist to say that he's Chinese?
Asian? Yeah, for sure.
Asian? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So how do
racist.
I say that?
You could say, well, here's the thing. Is it pertinent to the story?
It just creates the visual.
Okay, well then, okay, but what is his actual ethnicity? I think it's racist to just flippantly say, like, I mean, he's Asian. I mean, have you gotten to know him? Is he South Korean? Is he Vietnamese? Is he Cambodian? Is he Japanese?
I'm not sure. I think he's Chinese.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, because I said earlier, like, we had black guys on the podcast, and like, is that racist to say? Like, it just paints the picture. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you were asking if it was racist. I think context is important.
Yeah, I was like, oh, should I say that, or I don't know.
Well, tell the rest of your story.
Okay, so anyway,
you stopped yourself.
I did. I do that a lot.
That's all right.
I don't know why. Like, I just first like IM'd him just to like see if he's all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We don't talk, and it was like just nice to like talk to someone. And I mean, he's peacocking. All right, he opened up the conversation. All right. So,
wait, just because he wore the mask?
yeah, he's wearing the
Yeah,
mask. So
for
I'm
sure. That's
curious,
an
like,
invitation, like, for
yeah,
sure. I'd be like, yo, what's
yeah.
with
So I
me?
was just talking. I was like, "You all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, thanks for asking." Oh, I was just curious, like, or I think he didn't even like wait for me to say anything else. He's just like wearing the mask for like preventative reasons. And the only reason I like kind of thought about even talking to him about it was like I had heard like from multiple sources that wearing a mask is like not going to do anything.
So I think not gonna do anything is like I mean, yes and no. So the thing about the masks is most of them aren't the kind of masks that would prevent you from getting it. What those masks are actually designed for is to keep you from spreading your sickness
Right.
because it travels in droplets. And the thing is if you're wearing a mask but you're not sick, but you're coming in contact with spaces that do, and you're touching your fucking face without washing your hands,
Yeah.
you're more likely to get sick touching your face with all that mask, especially if you don't need it. Now, if you are showing symptoms and you know, don't have the luxury of being able to take sick time, you know, we have office jobs where we're provided, you know, paid time off to an extent, or excuse me, or the ability to work from home, but a lot of people
Some better than
don't.
others.
For sure, for sure, for
um,
sure.
yeah.
But not everybody does, and I think in that case, if you do have to go to work, like use a mask to prevent yourself from spreading. But in terms of like,
Well, right. You're going to stay home if you have coronavirus or even think you do.
yeah, I mean,
So
if
you're
you
only
think you
wearing
have a
it for
cold,
defense. And
yeah,
I just heard from so many sources that like it doesn't do anything if you like wear it for defense. Like it's not going
no,
to prevent you. So,
pretty much not.
but he had said that's the opposite of what they're saying in China. And his parents are there and they're like,
Really
yeah. And I
interesting.
was like, oh shit, what are they saying? Like, how's it
Is
going?
it a specific mask that does work? Like, what are his parents saying?
No, I just think um, some people think that wearing a mask is like preventative, and other people think that it's not. And it's just interesting that like it's like country specific. Just wanted to point that out. Like China's telling everyone to like wear masks like preventatively, and we're saying like don't wear masks preventatively. It's not gonna do anything. So it's just
Hmm,
interesting that there's like two different messages.
that is interesting.
And I just wanted to break that on the Goonery since we have to break something since everything else is taken.
Breaking
Yeah,
news.
breaking news.
Governments are lying to us.
Yeah, oh, that was a tangent from the conspiracy theory questions I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, well,
Unless you
Wuhan.
had a take on the different countries thing, or if I was just rambling on and
I
probably should
don't
have
have
just cut my head down and gotten
a
to work.
no. When I think, well, it's like, do you know anybody who's in Italy? I wonder what the Italy's like version of
Well, that's what
CDC
he
is
said
telling
too. I
them.
like got so much information just by talking to him.
What? Well, what else did he share? Did you do a
They're
podcast with him?
no, I didn't.
What the heck?
Yeah. So basically, they're saying it's like kind of dying down in China and like kind of like it's not getting any crazier, but like other parts of the world is
It's
like
definitely
Italy and
ramping
shit.
up.
It's like ramping up in like South Korea and shit.
Okay, so
Are you
I'm
scared of
looking.
the coronavirus? Do you think it's?
Oh no, I'm not scared. But I mean, everybody loves a good pandemic.
I know. I mean, that, oh,
um,
we could talk for. We could do a pandemic
yeah. Oh, I watched that
tangent.
I started watching that pandemic show on Netflix. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's interesting
Um,
timing too. I feel like
if people are freaking out about coronavirus, watch that. It should definitely calm your nerves.
yeah, I think it
Okay,
would do the opposite, right?
right. Okay, there have been 107 deaths in Italy.
Oh, and I should have mentioned too that I found out he lived in Kirkland, and that's where like all the people are dying from
Bum, bum,
coronavirus.
bum. Yeah, but that's pretty right now that's localized to that what is it, like the old folks home? What's the politically correct term for it? retired living space. I
Sure,
don't know.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty it's localized to that space. But I know about the other deaths.
Like pretty much any just common flu would be. But I don't know, it's spreading fast, and all the toilet paper's gone at Costco, and
It's
the
pretty.
lines were nightmaric. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Went to,
I stayed in.
went to Costco on Saturday just to get some toilet paper and just, kind of do a Costco run as you would, just to do it sooner than later.
Yeah, beginning
But
of the
we were too
month,
late.
gotta
We
stock
were too
up.
late. It was all off the shelves.
Did they still have people handing out samples? I feel like that was their time to
Yeah,
shine.
I think they were handing
Like
out samples. There
I would have
was
been so fucking proud of my performance that day. I'd be like, I gave out like 510 of these mini sausage samples. I'd want to kill it.
Oh man.
Be like, I gave out the
I
most
wonder if
samples.
they get a commission.
Probably not. But there's always like some little old lady with their gloves cutting a sausage. She's so cute.
I know. What's your favorite sample? The grocery
Oh,
store sample?
my favorite grocery store sample. So at Costco they have these bomb teriyaki and pineapple meatballs that
Ooh.
they were sampling. They were like grilling them up one day last summer, and they're so good. So I buy them and I chop them up and I make fried rice with them, like
Oh,
teriyaki
fuck yeah.
pineapple meatballs. Yeah, it's really good. It's actually one of my favorite things I make. It's really good. I do a cauliflower version of it too, but those meatballs are fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cop out and just say I feel like it's my body goes nuts for a free sample at the grocery store,
just
and
blackout.
yeah, I can't even. I've had so many good experiences. One hasn't really even stood out above the rest.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just a fat kid who loves food, so I'm like my most memorable food moment.
but I don't know. I feel like it's always like, the tastiest of foods that they're sampling.
I think free
Could
food
you imagine
is
like a
always the best.
nasty free sample, like
I
eating it and being like, oh, that doesn't really.
Oh, that actually happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
can't really remember too many like bad ones either.
I can. So I was pregnant, and the thing is like, you hear about like women get weird cravings, but like your taste buds actually change. So like things that you like, all of a sudden you'll be like, why is there a gym sock in my mouth? And so we were going to Fred Meyer to get like some food or whatever for a barbecue, and they had
A gym sock.
this guy was like, he had like a chicken buffalo dip, and then like an artichoke whatever dip, and I was like, oh, let's try these. We'll get one of these dips for this barbecue we're going to if we like them.
Big fan of dips.
Who doesn't love a good dip?
I don't know.
I make a few good dips, but
You
that's a whole
did. I think you
nother.
won like a dip
No,
competition once.
I
I
did
voted
not
for it.
win.
Yeah.
It's because
It was
my dip
good. It
was
was like
great.
one of those
Thank
like
you.
buffalo.
No, mine was the bitch. I do like a cheesy bacon ranch dip. That's
Okay.
pretty legit.
Yeah, I was trying to say cheese and chicken and
But
right.
no buffalo chicken. No,
Okay.
I didn't do that. But there was
Like
one there that
cheesy,
was like in a
yeah.
crock pot that was hella bomb.
Okay.
But I didn't make it. Now my mouth is watering.
I know. That's the problem with these podcasts is like I kind of skip dinner or like push dinner later, and usually have a few cold ones. And one night the cold ones hit me a little too hard, and I was pretty lit on that episode. But
Nice.
you'll have to find out which one it was. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
Or it was, I don't know, one of the episode 11 or something like that. 12.
Oh, but to go back to what we were saying,
yeah.
the worst sample I ever had, I ate that buffalo chicken dip, which normally is my favorite, but the vinegar was so heavy. I like spit it out into the garbage can like immediately. It was just like in my mouth and then bleh, right into the garbage can. Guy just looks at me all like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I just can't put that in my mouth ever. And I walked away.
Oh my!
It was awful. Worst free sample
spitting
ever.
One out. Oh my god. Ew.
I would not spit out free food. but
No.
this was
Well,
terrible.
if it was bad, you'd spit it out for sure.
Exactly. Precisely.
All right. So we keep tangenting, but I want to get back to the conspiracy theory because you were
Okay.
pretty opinionated on your conspiracy theories. Um,
It can be.
which one do you think is the biggest, like, conspiracy theory of all time that
What
is
do you
just
mean by
like,
biggest? Like,
or like, which one are people just like, it's this way and you're not flat earth, but like kind of like flat earth, like another flat
what
earth.
what like what conspiracy do I think is the most ridiculous that
What about
I
9?
believe?
Maybe I'm just getting at, what do you think about 9/11?
Maybe I'm just getting at this really specific
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. I might be doing that too. I'm not sure.
That's so funny. Okay. So 9/11, I definitely think that our government was in on it. I think 9/11 is difficult because I think so many people focus just on the towers, which I mean is an obvious tragedy. People lost their lives. Like I it's it's a day that will live in infamy, of course. But what a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about the conspiracy, when they don't focus on, is like what happened at the Pentagon, because
The
supposedly,
lack of evidence.
the lack of a fucking plane was supposed to hit the side of the building and there was minimal external damage and very little photos showing anything the size of the plane that they claim hit the Pentagon. And then the next day,
I feel like that was like a huge step in the evolution of mankind. Is
what do you mean?
like the Earth. I'm sorry, not Earth, but like you have the media, and you just now have like people that can kind of disprove it. It goes back to like evidence, like with everyone having ability to like film shit and like kind of see it play out and like kind of get access to like the crime scene more than ever. You can kind of look at evidence a little bit different, and I think it just kind of woke people up that like the government could be telling a different story. um
Well, I mean, it woke them up again. I think it woke up a new generation
I feel
because,
like, yeah, we just like keep finding ways to like get more woke, like as
yeah.
a society, because we have the ability to like what's like factual evidence versus like not, and like what you should believe. And it kind of goes back to like why people freak out for the coronavirus type of thing and like go buy all the toilet paper off the shelves still.
Yeah, well, people don't vet information. They don't spend time digging deeper to read into things. I think a lot of people lack curiosity
Didn't
around just about.
curiosity kill the cat? No, sorry, I had to say that.
I'd rather be dead and have answers than alive and dumb. I
Maybe
mean,
that's the answer to Schrodinger's equation.
oh yeah,
Curiosity killed the cat.
but only because he found out what he wanted. Like if you, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just throwing out some riffs here, see if they sample well. So don't worry.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
But anyway, I keep cutting you off, which is kind of rude. So I
That's
should
okay.
talk.
Okay. I forgot it. What did you want to talk about? Are we still talking about 9/11?
Yeah, I want to know like what conspiracy you're like probably that is true. That's where I was getting at.
Oh, what conspiracy that is probably true? Well, I mean, I think the big one and the most popular one right now is like Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh shit, yeah.
For sure. Like, but I think what I find so delectable about this conspiracy theory right now is it's one of those ones that kind of bridges the political divide, because I have friends and family members who are Trump supporters who are like, the liberals killed Jeffrey Epstein because he like was in their back pocket. But then I also have friends and family who are liberals and they're like, it was definitely Trump and the Republicans. Like, look at all these people who Jeffrey Epstein was. And it's really funny that again, people aren't kind of like more curious and digging deeper because what people on both sides of the aisle fail to see is like it's not a liberal conservative thing, it's a class thing. Like all these super wealthy people or super powerful people can conspire together to do truly heinous and terrible things, or
Some goonery.
um, yes, some fucking goonery.
Some fucking goonery.
Yeah. So I think the Jeffrey Epstein one is I think it's the biggest one that I definitely believe. I think it's the saddest one. I think the reason it makes me sad is because it's just so blatant. And
Wait, what's so blatant about it?
well, they're saying he killed himself, but like the evidence supporting the autopsy report that came out saying like um these
It was like
break-in.
sketchy, right? Like the camera was out or something.
Yes. So, like when people are put on suicide watch in those kind of maximum security prisons, like the guards have to check in every 15 minutes to make sure that their person is okay. And like magically, he just forgot to do that twice. Twice it happened. So,
Yeah, didn't he like attempt it once?
yeah, he attempted to kill himself. Attempted. And then I actually think he did try to kill himself the first time and just fucking failed because he chickened
Prison
out.
hooch wasn't all it was
Oh,
cracked up to be.
it was
Like, yeah,
not.
not the hooch.
Not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, I
maybe.
think that one was real, and
Yeah,
they
it's
put him on
either prison
suicide
isn't for
watch.
everyone, or there was some like people that could go down further if this was investigated more,
Well, I
type
mean,
of
he's
thing.
already linked to Prince Andrew,
Right.
and
Yeah.
nothing has happened with that. Like the reason I think it's blatant, it's because like I mean, there is evidence that shows that he's tied to all these people, that he did these
Uh
horrible things. What's your dog's
oh.
name?
Go on. Just a dog. I'm gonna mute it while she calms
Okay.
down. I'll let you keep going.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, this is
So
my
yeah.
studio apartment
Oh,
or
not a lot of
podcast
space.
studio. Yeah,
Podcast studio.
apartment.
I dig it. Um. But as Epstein's autopsy points to homicide, he's already connected to all of these really wealthy people. And the thing that's hard, I think, when someone like this, who's just like prevalent in these circles, um, it kind of it's indicative of like it's what happened with the Me Too movement and Harvey Weinstein. Like everyone in Hollywood like knew but didn't really know, or
But they had a juror come on that like talked about the Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein. Mhm.
Yeah, and he was like accused of everything except for one charge, and I thought it was kind of sketchy that he got off on like the most heinous of the charges or something.
All of them. You know what? It's unfortunate, but at least he's serving some time. In the incredibly broken justice system we have, the fact that he's going to go away at all is,
What's your take on the Harvey Weinstein?
um, I haven't followed it too closely. I'll be honest. I think the movement itself, it can be really cool. I think there are good things have come from it, but in terms of um like the details of the nitty-gritty, I'm not super familiar with Harvey Weinstein. It sucks that he's not getting the full extent of justice, but I am happy that he is going away for some time at the very least. um I think his I'm a sick old man with his like blocker thing
Oh my
is
god.
was pathetic. So, he'll serve his time, he'll come out, he'll get a spray tan, he'll go back to freaking squeezing
Yeah.
ass
I
in
feel
no
like
time.
my take on it is Louis C.K. was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
uh, yeah, I think Louis C.K. is definitely like, I don't want to use the B word, but I think he kind of got
Ooh.
victimized in this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think, if he asks for permission and you said yes, like, sorry, girl, that's on you. Like, it sucks that you feel bad about it afterwards, but that doesn't mean that, you know, you
With
did anything wrong necessarily.
no, totally. What podcasts do you listen to? Like Joe Rogan, and
I listen
what's your like
to
top 3 or 4 right now?
my top. So I listen to the Daily Show podcast.
Oh,
I listen.
nice.
I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Congratulations with Chris D'Elia. I listen to Your Mom's House, Two Bears, One Cave. What's another one?
I feel
I
like I
listen
haven't
like.
heard most of these.
Oh, really? I listen to
Yeah.
Radio Lab, Freakonomics. I listen to like a Disney podcast.
Ooh.
That's a lot of fun.
We have to
Dreams,
tangent
Wish
at
Your
some
Heart
point
Makes.
about your trip to oh shit, not Star Wars Land, Disneyland.
Disneyland, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How was the Star Wars exhibit? That looks so badass. Did you
Galaxy's Edge
go?
was really, really cool. Yeah, we went
Yeah.
twice. So we were down there for 6 days. So yeah, we got to check it out like during the day, at night. Um, it was really cool because so we went with a big group of our friends, and a bunch of them had signed up to do like the lightsaber experience and build their own lightsaber.
Fuck yeah.
So dope. And but what sucked is my friends, they have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. And their daughter was upset because her brother got to go in to do the lightsaber experience, but she didn't, because she had gotten to do the Bippity Boppity Boutique earlier in the day. Like, she
Oh
got her,
shit. The
yeah,
second best thing there.
yeah, the day before she got to be a princess, like looking gorgeous and fly all around Disneyland. And but she was upset, and so there's this thing called pixie dust that when you're in the park, like cast members just randomly will do really cool shit. And Annabelle was like getting really upset. It was hot in the middle of the day, and one of the cast members, because I think she was dressed up as Ray at this point.
uh
One of the cast members
what
comes over
I
and,
want to know your take on Ray.
hold on,
I
let me
know.
get through this story.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's
All
okay.
over the place here.
It's all right. I'm gonna keep you on track. I'm gonna start keeping tabs of where
I
we are.
know. I know.
So
That's
the
what this
cast,
show needs, some order. It's too chaotic.
I'll help you out, bro.
All right.
I'll be your sidekick. So the cast member walks over out of nowhere and sees Annabelle is upset, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to the very front of the Rise of the Resistance line?" And she was like, "What?"
Fuck yeah.
And she's like, "I don't know how." Like, she was kind of freaking out. She's like, I don't know if I want to. I might be scared." And so me and my 2 girlfriends are like, "No, you want to go on this ride," because we wanted to go on this ride. Like, we didn't have fast passes. The standby line was like 180 minutes at this point. It was the middle of the day. We weren't doing the lightsaber building thing, and where it was air conditioning. So we're like, fuck yeah, let's get on the very front of Rise of the Resistance. And so
That's dope.
because she was so upset, like she was crying, and so they came over and just wanted to make sure she was having a magical time at Disneyland. So they like toted it all 6 of us up to the very front of the line at Rise of Resistance. We got to skip it all and go to the very front and ride it, and it was so awesome. It was it was a really good time.
Is that
So
like one of those magic moments you hear
yeah,
about?
they call it pixie dust.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's like they tell when they're sprinkling a little pixie dust. So
Oh, it's like lucky,
it's
right? It's
cool.
like luck of the
Yeah,
draw to
a
have that
little bit.
happen.
Yeah, it's just the thing about Disneyland is like it's where a place where families can go to still relive, all the magic that we believe in when we're kids. And kindness and empathy and compassion is really rewarded there. And so a lot of people who go there frequently talk about like being the magic. And so they'll gift like a popcorn bucket if they're leaving the park. They can't get the good refills, so they'll gift it to somebody else. They're
Yeah.
participating in spreading that magic in the park. And I think the cast members who work there certainly like love being part of the magic. I know they were really excited to be part of the magic we had on our trip. And a lot of the park goers too want to be part of the magic and spread kindness when they can, which is really cool.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
thought it was brilliant that like this magic can happen where like, the daughter wants like that prize, and because it's linked up to your parents' credit card, or like everything is, you can just have it, and no exchange of money is
yes, that
takes
too.
place behind the scenes, behind the
Right.
magic.
Yeah. Well, the thing is you know, you can't pay for pixie dust, which is what's really cool. Like it just has to
Oh,
happen.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
thought
it
you.
just no, it
Okay,
just no, it's literally called pixie dust because it's something that you can't pay for. It's not something that you can ask for. It's just something that happens because magic happens.
sweet. Do you think
Yeah.
magic does happen?
Um I think magic does happen in different ways. Definitely at Disneyland. Um you know, my fiance proposed to me there, and so that was really magical. And you know, I think magic can happen at any time. Just depends on what you think is magic.
Sweet.
You know,
Um,
shooting stars are magic to some people.
you recently had a child. Is that magic?
Yeah, oh yeah. So I had a kid about like 17, 18 months ago, about a year and
Oh,
a
I'm
half ago.
sorry. Okay, I didn't mean.
No, dude, he's a toddler. He's
Time
still little.
flies. Yeah, I feel like that
Dude,
was just yesterday.
I know, time
Oh
does
my god, that
fly.
was a long time ago.
I know.
Okay.
It does pass by quickly.
Yeah.
I've been at my new job for like 3 or 4 months, 3 months
Seriously.
already. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's freaking magic. He's super magic. Uh, yeah, having a kid is wild because like they're just experiencing everything in the world at all times. Um, but also you have the crushing weight of like, oh, I have to teach you how to be people. And you
Right.
know, inflict just enough trauma so you're cool and funny. But you know, I don't want to coddle him either. So trying to find that balance is hard because I want to control the world, but also like
Right.
let him be cool and experience
A
stuff.
lot of goonery out there.
A lot of goonery. I want it, well, but also like if he's a little boy, if he wants to participate in a little goonery every now and then, that's fine
Sure,
too.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit, a safe
Okay.
amount of goonery.
I know. I feel like I don't know. Feeling like that's something I might be looking into soon.
Having a kid?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Kids are cool if you're ready for them. I mean, like, I'm glad I waited until I was 30. You know, really figuring out who you are as a person and getting secure is important.
Right.
Um, but like having a kid is super cool. It's definitely the coolest and scariest shit I've ever done.
Well, I feel like I don't know if there's a meaning of life, it's have a kid.
I don't think it's the only meaning of life, but I definitely think for me, it's given my life a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you kind of create your own meaning from your values. And I think, you know, I can totally respect people who don't want to have kids, but also like having kids is super fucking cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool.
It's really hard, but also really
I
cool.
know it also seems really hard and expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially where we live. I mean, the cost of living is so high here. But I follow a few people online and it's like you live in the Midwest and your giant house is like the size of a
Oh man, I
condo.
miss the Midwest. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if I could just live by some water in the middle of the country where I could buy a giant house for $350,000, I'd do it in a heartbeat. And then I'd probably have like a jillion kids, honestly. But the cost of living is so expensive out here; it's just not feasible.
It's so expensive. I heard
Yeah.
daycare costs like the lowest it costs is like 2,600 in Seattle.
Jeez, I don't know about that. I do not because I don't pay for.
Ooh, different take, different
Well, I
opinion.
just I well
Love different opinions on the Goonery.
no, well, I don't have a different opinion necessarily, but I don't send my kid to daycare.
Oh, right on.
I'm lucky enough to have a nanny. So
Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
no, well, yeah, but not an old lady. It's my brother's girlfriend who I've been friends with for like 7, 8 years. She nannies for us, and it's awesome because we know her, we trust her, we love her.
Yeah.
And
She
it's
like
basically my son's aunt.
cook
So
and clean and take care of the kids.
yeah, she does. Well, she doesn't really cook, but she takes care of Lucas. She does some light housekeeping. And then like I come home and we just kick it and have a good time. So
Yeah, got to get me one of those.
a nanny. I think you gotta
Yeah.
get yourself a baby first.
Yeah, that too. So tough to cook all the time
I
and
love
clean up all
cooking.
the time. You like
Yeah,
that?
I love cooking. Yeah,
Oh shit.
I love cooking.
Yeah.
But
I like eating.
but you don't like cooking? Don't you know how to make anything? How are you gonna make a baby if you can't seduce a lady with a good meal?
Well, I could seduce a lady with a good meal. I've done it.
Okay, all
Um,
right. You don't sound very confident.
no, I'm actually
What's
I'm
your
actually
go-to
pretty
meal?
decent. What meal a day? I can make pretty good brunch.
No,
Can
no, no. Like, so if you were gonna take a lady out on a date because you're trying to make this baby happen, you got to impress a girl. What's your like go-to? I'm gonna impress you dinner.
wait, taking her out or making it?
You gotta make it.
Oh, make it.
It's easy to. You gotta.
I could do salmon pretty well.
Oh, what? Well, salmon. What?
Uh,
What are you doing to this salmon?
it's like,
Tell me a tale. I'm hungry. I want to hear about the
oh
salmon.
man, it's so hard to explain. I just get it all nice and a little crispy top and not overcooked. Drizzle a little butter on there.
Okay, bro.
Maybe make a chive dipping sauce. Not
A
chive,
chive dipping
dill
sauce.
dipping. Yeah,
Dill. A dipping sauce,
like
not
a
like
dill
a.
sauce.
You're not gonna do like a herb crust or like a sauce for it. Oh no, you are gonna do it like a sauce. Okay,
Yeah, just like a cheap
on top.
sauce, but it
A
looks
cheap
good.
sauce
Well, it's just sour cream
that
and
looks good.
dill. Yeah, but it tastes
What?
good.
You wait. You're just gonna mix like fresh cut dill and sour cream in like a little
Little,
dish on the side,
yeah, yeah, kind of like a tartar sauce.
but it's just sour cream and dill.
Pretty tasty.
I don't know if I'm impressed by this meal.
Maybe a little
I'm,
asparagus, the
I might
thin
need a.
ones, not the
Okay,
thick
okay,
ones.
okay. Asparagus is good. What are you gonna do to your asparagus?
Um, I
Impress.
love the air fryer, so I like been putting vegetables in the
Yeah,
air fryer,
nice.
and then sometimes maybe a little dash of oil, maybe sprinkle of lemon since it'll be out, and a little salt, a little pepper.
There you go. That doesn't sound bad.
Yeah,
With the salmon, okay.
slamming salmon.
So I don't know about all that.
I can make a pretty good burger. Being from Chicago.
Oh, burgers are good. I don't know any girl who wants to eat a burger on a date, though.
I know.
I mean, like, at
That's why I
least
go with
not when you're, like,
salmon.
in the honeymoon phase. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I eat burgers now.
Just like a
They're so
bone-in
great.
ribeye. Just grill one of those up.
Yes. See, I'm the kind
Make
of girl that would impress, though. I'd be like, yes.
make a
Did you
baked
cook this right?
potato with some bacon bits and
Um,
some cheese and that sour cream.
um,
Well, might be close to time here. Did
cool.
you cover everything you wanted to on the Goonery?
Yeah, I don't. I didn't have a list. If you invite me back, I will be more prepared next time because I hopefully won't have been sick for a whole week.
Yeah, that's true too. So yeah, rest up if any of these tangents need to be continued on another episode due
Hit me
to
up.
listener demand. Let us know.
Invest in your hobby.
All right.
Invest in your hobby.
That's former boss Shayla, everyone. Good night.